This year, my sophomore year, I was a completely different student than I was freshman year. I did not participate in band my freshman year. This year, I did it because I wanted to and because my friend Sam invited me on, and it's completely changed me. My grades have soared. My GPA this year is considerably greater than it was pretty much ever. I mean, this is the highest GPA I've ever maintained in my entire school career.
I have students from every possible demographic, grade level, all of those sorts of things. What I found is my students who participated in band over the 4 years tend to increase their academics. They tend to be strong students. They also have a family atmosphere that I think is kind of neat. The band has its own group, if you will, and they really do take care of each other.
I've always had friends in the band, you know, but like I'm still pretty chill. Like I don't know, I just like more social with my band friends. Like certain friends of mine, like Jacob Levy, like I've never spent more time with them, like because of band camp and like all marching season. Like on top of that, we have like a bunch of periods. And
well, I've definitely made all my friends, current friends that I have now, through drumming and through band. So that's, you know, definitely had a good impact on my social life, and it just, you know, it's a lot of fun. So it's had a very positive effect on my life right now.
Oh, they love it. You know, one of the big things the football program loves is the drum line coming out before we walk out for games. And we think it's been a kind of a huge tradition that started. Our kids love it. They expect it. We think the experience that the basketball team gets during basketball season is great with the band that's in there playing for those games. And we think it benefits the school as a whole. You know, it's a nice tradition that the kids get to go through. They love that they're out there, you know, for our case, banging the drums and getting our kids pumped up. And our athletes really appreciate that.
oh, football games are crazy. Just like everyone's all hyped up and you're going crazy, and then you play little pep songs. And then, like, you know, like, it's totally crazy. We make a touchdown. We just, like, oh, everyone's, like, in the crowd's cheering. And then we, like, play the fight song. It was, like, totally crazy. And then, like, afterward, everyone's, like, after we win, we're like, yeah, like, totally crazy. Like, so hyped up in the little bus of ours.
Marching band plays a part in the school spirit because we're mainly the support for all the teams, the basketball, football, plus at all the pep rallies, we're pretty much, you know, driving everyone to get ready for the big game or whatever it is that time, or to have everyone rally for the team that's playing that night.
For the first week, 2 weeks of band camp, we did some exercises, like we would do push-ups, a little running, and it wasn't too bad, but it was enough to get you in shape because it's a 9-minute show that you're constantly moving.
It's probably more physical than you would think. Like at first you're like, oh, it's marching, it's not hard. But after band camp, you come home and you're kind of sore from holding your instrument up for a while and pulling your toes up. I mean, it doesn't sound like much now, but it's physical, and I definitely consider it a sport because I mean I'm tired when I'm done, but it's a good physical activity, definitely.
Marching band is a lot more work for everybody, myself and the students. You know, we're having to move while playing music. We're being outside a lot of times. We're having to deal with facility requests and things to figure out where can we practice, nighttime, daytime, lights, no lights, all the logistics behind getting equipment out there. The students are only learning 8 minutes of music, whereas in a concert band, in an entire semester, they're learning probably 2 to 2.5 hours worth of music, possibly when you include all of the fundamental things like scales and other things they're learning. They're learning like 2 hours of music, whereas first semester during marching band, they're learning 8 minutes of music. But they're learning how to move constantly for 8 minutes and make it sound good, look good, put on basically a theatrical production. They're acting. And doing all of these things simultaneously while they're creating music, so it creates a different beast. The marching band is more like a team effort. It's a team sport kind of activity, competing. Concert band is more about creating music like you do in the professional world.
It's absolute teamwork. There is no I. I mean, unless you're doing a solo, you're part of the team. And even when you are doing the solo, you can't rush. There's a lot of things you got to pay attention to. You have to listen to everybody else, because if you don't, then you end your solo a couple bars early, and they're still playing the backing music, and then it just looks very awkward. So, I mean, there really isn't any I in marching band. It's all teamwork. You know, every bit about it is teamwork.
As an 8th grader coming into 9th grade, if you would like to take band in high school, it fits really well into your schedule. It'll fit into the 6 classes that you have available to you when you come to register. It will also serve as a visual performing art section as well as your PE requirement. So you can do both of those things with one course. So it makes it an exceptional 2 birds with 1 stone kind of idea.
You do get PE credit, and it is active. I don't know if it's completely a sport, but you get PE credit. And if PE isn't very much fun in the high school, so if you're looking at taking PE or band, you shouldn't even be debating that.
Well, when it comes to 8th graders doing band and or athletics, one of the big things we've decided to do here at the high school is make sure they can experience both without any impediments to the other programs. So Mr. Fox and myself have talked at length on making sure that both kids, or both the sport and the band, can be experienced by a particular athlete or band member.
So if you're coming into high school and you want to be part of the band and you also want to be part of the athletics and sports activities, both things can be accomplished. Because even though band does fit into your schedule as both PE and visual performing arts, it also can just be your visual performing art, and you can take a sport for your PE. This year, as freshmen, you will have 2 elective spots. So you can take band as one of your elective spots. You can still fit in your sport, and you could still fit in, say, Spanish or another elective that you would like in your schedule.
Oh, totally do it. Like I did it. I did a cross country and marching band. It was fun, you know. There are like few people, like 2 people that did band and cross country. But like if you want to do a different sport, you can totally do it. Like band's in the morning, and no, like for the most part, there's not like a lot of after school practice. Like on the weekends and stuff, yeah. But I don't know. I think there was practices, but it never really interfered with my cross country stuff. But I don't know if you're doing, I don't know, football. Like I know some of my friends, like Jimmy, he did football, and some other guys, they did football and band. But it's pretty nice, you know, doing like 2 sports. You can totally do it. Like it's kind of like a little hassle, but like once you do it, you feel good about yourself, you know.
All students now, right now, currently in the state of California, have a 9th grade PE exam. And so that PE exam is for all athletes and all students in band if they don't have a regular PE class. If they have a regular PE class, it's going to be in their PE class. All students in band are pulled out, just like our students in their sports are pulled out, and given the exam. As long as you pass the exam, and it's 6 different things that you have to do. I think it includes sit-ups and pull-ups and stretching and something else, and running. And so once you complete it, you only have to pass it once, and you're good for all 4 years, and it's fine. If for some reason you don't pass it, then we have to give it to you again as a sophomore. For all students, if you have not passed it going into your junior and senior year, you will have to take a B class. It doesn't matter whether you're in band or not.
Being in bands and taking leadership positions there and getting into special like honor bands actually gives me scholarships to colleges.
When you do band or any activity for 4 years, but especially band, if you're applying to, let's say, some really large campuses and you want to go in through some other admission doors, for example. For example, if you want to apply to UCLA, we have had students who apply as a regular admission student, and they have high grades and high academics. It's a very competitive process, so sometimes having that band piece in there can be an advantage for that student that another student's not going to have, because they can apply to be in the UCLA band or USC band or Oregon State, University of Oregon, all the schools that have the big band performances. Students can be part of our band for 4 years. They get a lot of exposure. They're award-winning, so they're very competitive. And then they have the opportunity to take that skill and transfer it to their college and have a little bit of an edge when they're applying to a 4-year university.
I don't think they understand how hard it is. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, you're in band, like, that's easy. But really, I mean, we work just as hard as all the other sports teams because we still want the same outcome goal as, you know, to get to state championships, which is CIF for all the other sports. And, like, you know, we want to make our school look good just like they do, so.
I'd say that join band, it's definitely probably the best decision I've ever made. It's it consumes your life in a great way. The people there are awesome, and it's cool because it's your PE credit, your visual arts credit, and it's your first period. So it's almost like you get 2 electives instead of just 1.
Band is a wonderful activity, and it is a large part of who we are at El Segundo High School. They represent us throughout our fall season, homecoming, sports events, also in their competitions throughout the state. not only in marching band but in concert band, and provide a cultural piece to our campus that otherwise would be greatly missed.
Hello, my name is Jim Garza, principal of El Segundo High School, and I've been asked to say a few words regarding our band program. I would encourage you to actively investigate the band program. We have a fine director. It's one more way in which you can get involved and become part of a very key program here at the high school. The band performs at numerous events, including football games, basketball games, in addition to the various parades and spring performances. We have an outstanding director in Stephen Fox and an outstanding group of kids. It's a very select group, but it's open to all. And I'd encourage you to investigate, see what band is all about. I don't think you'll be disappointed. We have big plans for the band, and in the coming year, we have a beautiful band room in addition to a new auditorium and a new stadium. So be part of the El Segundo High School marching band experience. I wish you all the best, and if you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me or Mr. Fox or any of the counselors. Thank you.